Hi, Emily here from CURRENTBODY. If you've been onto our website recently, you may have noticed that we have a whole exciting new range of Tria products. We have stocked the Tria Precision for some time now, which is a home laser hair removal device, but we've now got far more products and they are pretty exciting. So this is one that I'm particularly intrigued by, which is the Age Defying Laser. So laser therapy is something I have looked into over the last 6 months or so after we started retailing the Illuminage Rejuvenating Skin Smoothing Laser. The Tria laser is based on a very similar idea, and both those companies actually have an amazing sort of background in using laser treatment to overcome various different things. So the idea behind this one, which I'm going to open up now and unbox for you, is what it does is it sends a laser much lower into the skin levels. Now, a lot of beauty devices that we see work on sort of the surface area, and laser technology is actually sort of the laser fires into a much deeper place within the cells because, of course, of the way that a laser can actually penetrate through. And it kind of causes, what was the phrase that I liked? A cellular disruption. So that is makes cellular disruption really quite low down in the surface, and that disruption causes the cells to kind of react, create new collagen, and that extra activity within the cells gets rid of wrinkles. So before they're even formed, and obviously by boosting that activity, you're getting more elastin and more collagen, which if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know are the buzzwords in making sure that your skin is as plump as possible and as wrinkle-free as possible. This is the packaging on the device, and it's great actually. It does explain quite a bit about how it works and everything. But if I actually open it up for you, you can see the device itself. So it's a rechargeable device, plugs into the mains. So there we are, that's the device itself. So it's sort of slightly purple, and it's got the actual laser fires out of the little aperture there. Now if I open up the rest, I can show you the rest. There's a charging cradle. So it's nice and small, so it fits into there, and then it plugs into the mains really easily. Now, I have found using this, and similarly with using the Illuminage Rejuvenating Laser, because of the level of power behind the laser, you do have to charge them quite regularly. So I tend to, if I've done sort of 2-3 days worth of treatment, I tend to give it a quick charge then, because there's nothing worse than prepping yourself, sitting down, ready for a treatment, and then you've got no charge. So it's something you become accustomed to as you use it, as to how long the charge lasts and that sort of thing. So there's your charging cradle in your device itself. Now, in the actual instructions, they're great. There's a quick start guide, and you will need to activate your laser. It takes about 3 to 4 minutes just before you first use it. You also, of course, do need to charge it up. So they do say that you can make it a nightly beauty ritual, and I have found that I do tend to do the treatment at night, and the reason is that it does make my skin slightly red. Now, with this device, there are 3 levels of intensity: low, medium, high. And to be honest with you, when I'm working on the highest level, which I try and do, because of course the higher the level you do, the better results you get, it is verging on painful. It's like, the best thing I could liken to is like a snap of an elastic band. However, over time I have become more accustomed to it. Not going to lie, when I'm using the highest level, sometimes need a stiff G&T before I do it. But the results are so good that it's absolutely worth it. And as I say, you become accustomed to it over time. It also is considerably less painful, so I've read, than the full-blown laser treatment that you can get in salons. So let me come to that. So in salons now, you can go and have various different laser treatments, and one of them is like a laser rejuvenating treatment. It's a stronger laser, of course, because everything designed for the home market is lowered a little bit so that you've got, it's much safer. But you go back, I think for most laser treatments, you go back for a couple of sessions, and it apparently is incredibly painful. However, the results are worth it. Far sort of, rather than going under the knife or going for Botox or something, this is a really great alternative without actually, being invasive. So Tria do say that you can do it every day. I tend to average about 5 times a week, if I'm honest. And it's very, very simple to use. So it's simply a case of switching it on. It's got an on button on the top. And mine is lit 3 times at the moment. So if you press it, you'll get level 1, and you've got the medium, and then you've got the high, and it obviously makes a different sound. And it's simply a case of putting it onto the area where you want to work. So you do it, and you can hear like a little fan comes on, and I'm going to do it on the back of my hand so you can see. Yes, you can see the light comes on. Now, when you're working on the lower level, it's quicker. So you feel the pulse much more quickly because it doesn't have to get kind of as hot, as it were. It doesn't have to get to that highest level. So therefore, if you're working on the lower level, your treatment times are lower. Now, what's great about this laser is that you can use it all over the face on every single area. And Tria give you a little guide to tell you where to work on. So that is there, if you can see that. So they do say split your face into 4 zones. So you've got zone 1, which is one cheek and then up under the eye. Zone 2, which is right across the top of the head. Zone 3 is the same on the other side, and zone 4 is all around here. So the idea is you focus in on particular areas that you want to work. I tend to work quite a lot around the eye area and around the lip contour, and then I concentrate on my very annoying wrinkly forehead, which I've inherited from my mother, sadly, and too many years of working abroad. So they, Tria Age said, as I said, it does take longer if you're working on the higher level because it takes longer for the pulse to get to that level and then for the device to reset itself and you move on. But it literally is a case of pressing it where you want to work and then lift and press, very much as you do with a home hair removal device. So that's the kind of sum up of the device. Obviously, because it produces collagen, because it produces elastin, you are looking at about an 8-week cycle, and they do say use it for 12 weeks. If you can manage every day, marvellous. If you can't quite fit that in, 5 times a week is fine. Over a 12-week period, and then obviously over time you can come back and top yourself up over that time period. So that is the Tria Age Defying Laser. If you have any questions at all, please let me know and pop them in here below, or you can email me on sales@currentbody.com.